Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video, and for today's video I am going to be setting up my sinking fund spread as well as stuffing my sinking funds cash envelopes with you all. This is something that I do every single month right after I finish setting up this monthly budget spread. If you guys are interested in seeing the whole rundown as well as me explaining every single category and what's been going on, go ahead and check that out. That should be the video that went up before this one. But yes, for today we're going to be setting up, like I mentioned, my sinking fund spread, which I have both of my stickers here already. I don't know if I'm going to plan to switch it up between the two patterns that I offer for the month of September, but I'm really in love with this floral pattern, so I'm going to be using this for my sinking funds as well. And so I also have this sinking funds and transaction log sticker sheet kit. And so let's start with the amount. So for my sinking funds, I budgeted this month $699. And so there's actually been a couple of changes to my sinking funds and my envelopes, just because a couple of my envelopes already have a lot of money. And what I've done in the past with cash envelopes that have over $1,000 or around that area is I have switched them into my Ally account, which actually generates interest for me. And one main one would be my Peru trip, which of course I can't go to Peru anytime soon, so I've decided to keep that sinking fund in an online banking account. And so that's kind of what I'm also going to be doing with two other sinking fund cash envelopes that I have. And so let me go ahead and just set that up so I can get to talking to you guys about that. But I am using the 7x9 plum paper planner, and what I've been doing, or what I've done for the past 2 months, is right after my budget I'll set up both of my weekly check-in pages, and the pages right after those would be where I'll set up my sinking funds as well as my transaction log. And I really like that, I've been mentioning this, how many pages the plum paper monthly planner comes with, because I get to separate my sinking funds from my transaction log, which is something that I wasn't able to do in my last planner. But yes, so what I've been doing is I've been whiting this out, so I think I'm going to do that as well for this video. So let's go ahead and white this out really quickly. And I did end up making new cash envelopes for some new categories that I have, and I'm excited for those because I know I had been saying last month that I was going to make them, and I didn't end up making them up until like the end of the month, but I definitely wanted to have them ready for this month. So let's go ahead and take this sinking fund script. I love how perfect it fits, like right in the middle. Like, how cute is that? That's so cute. Okay, let's get started with our header here. Like so. And I have my little mock spread on the side. And before I go on to listing all of my sinking funds, I thought that I would show you guys where it is that I keep all of my sinking fund cash envelopes. I do like to keep my sinking funds in cash envelopes because typically they're not amounts that I have a ton of money on, and once I do reach like a certain amount, I do, like I mentioned, now transfer them over to my online banking account, just because I don't want to have too much cash on me. But these are some cash envelopes that I've made for myself. I do sell these over on my shop. I actually just started offering this pattern last restock. If you guys are interested in any of these like vinyl encapsulated cash envelopes, go ahead and check out my shop as well as my Instagram at Romina Plants. That's typically where I give you guys restock updates. So if you guys are interested in them, make sure you check those two out. I'll go more in detail as to my cash envelopes once I am ready to stuff them. So of course by this point I already know what my beginning is going to be for the month of September, just because I've already closed out my August sinking funds. If you guys are interested in seeing how it is that I go about closing out a budget, make sure you stay tuned for my August budget result video. There is a lot of things going on in that video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The first sinking fund that I have here, and I do like to have them in alphabetical order by the way, just in case you guys were wondering, is Adventures. So the first one is Adventures, and this is just for any trips that I may take in the future, whether they be small or bigger trips. And for this I am beginning with $106. and I'm going to be adding $24 this month just because I don't see myself going anywhere as of now, and I think that adding 24 just to make it an even 30 would be perfect. Next, I have allowance, which has been kind of a tricky sinking fund to work with because I was saying that I was going to roll over the money that I had in July's cash envelope, because typically allowance would be a cash envelope for me, but I kind of do want to save any rollover allowance into this allowance sinking fund. And I know it seems a little bit confusing, but you guys will see in the next couple of videos how it is that I'm going to roll over my money, because I no longer want to keep it in just my regular allowance cash envelope, but rather saved with my other sinking funds. So then that way I kind of just put it away and don't think about it, rather than just having it in my wallet and being able to spend it whenever I want. So for this, I know I'm beginning with $25, and that doesn't get anything added onto it. The only thing that might be getting added to this would be at the end of the month, once I'm done how much I've spent of my allowance cash envelope. So this I'll just leave blank for now. Next, I have birthdays, which I think I might have said this last time, but I'm debating whether I want to change this from just birthdays to gifts in general. I know my sister has a sinking fund for just gifts, and I really like that. So I might end up changing this, but for now it is birthdays, and I am beginning with $71 for this one. And then for this month, I'm going to be adding $130 just because this month is my little brother Andrew's birthday, and I want to make sure to have enough to cover any birthday presents. Next, I have cart maintenance, which I actually did end up getting some cart maintenance in August. So my new beginning balance is $150. And I will be adding just $25 in here. I don't see my car needing any cart maintenance anytime soon, since I did just get some done. So I think that should be fine. But I still do want to, you know, stuff some money in there every single month. At least $25 I think should be fine. Next, we have car payments. And this is a sinking fund that I keep, or used to keep, in my little binder there. But this is actually one that I have transferred over to my online banking account, and this has $373. The reason I have this as a sinking fund, if you guys are new, is because I do like to keep at least a month worth of payment set aside, just in case, let's say I can't cover my car payment once because of an emergency, then I'll have that covered for at least a month. So that's kind of what I actually have been having this here for quite some time, and since I haven't had any emergencies and everything has been pretty great with the shop and all, I've decided to just put it away, like I mentioned. And this doesn't get anything stuffed. I just want to make sure to have at least a month worth of car payment in there. After car payment, I have a new sinking fund, which it is new, but I'm actually rolling over some money from my car insurance sinking fund cash envelope, because I have now transitioned that car insurance category to my monthly budget. And I kind of mentioned a little bit as to why that is in my monthly budget video, so make sure you check that out if you guys are curious. So now I believe I had around $30 in there that I wasn't using for anything, so that's going to go straight into this category, which is for my car tags. I believe my car tags are due in the month of January, so I definitely want to start stuffing or start saving some money for this category. So I am beginning with $30 just because I transferred the leftover amount that I had in that car insurance envelope. And for this month, I'm going to be adding $50. I'm not 100% sure how much the car tags are going to be, just because I haven't gotten the letter in the mail yet, but I'm pretty sure that if I do 50 every single month up until the month of January, I should be covered, I hope. And if not, I can always bump up that amount. Next, I have Christmas, which this is your annual reminder that if you have still not started a sinking funds for Christmas, that you need to start one, because it is already September and Christmas is quickly approaching, and I'm really happy that I started this Christmas sinking fund I think in April, I want to say, and I already have in here $750. So this was, I think, with me stuffing this envelope with $150 every month, and it does add up, as you guys can see. So I'm still going to be doing $150 for this envelope up until Christmas. I'm really just trying to be set with all the Christmas presents that I want to purchase, and it's so much better to put $150 a month than to just, you know, spend over $1,000 at once. I think that would like crush my budget, to be honest. But that is what I have for Christmas. Then I do have a sinking fund for clothing, especially with fall coming up. I don't have many fall like pieces at all really, so I'm glad that I have this sinking fund here. So far I'm beginning with $23 in the month of September, and I always add $75 for this category, just because clothes are not cheap. So that is for clothing. And then we have a date night sinking fund, and for date night I am starting with $63, and I will be adding $75. Me and Paul do turn 3 years together this month, so I don't know why I added $75. I should have probably added a little bit more, but I don't think I'm gonna spend all that much because I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna do. Next sinking fund that I have is my entertainment. I'm starting with $65, and I will be adding $40 here. Next is a very important one for me, which is my medical sinking fund, just because I do tend to buy contacts every so often, as well as I will be buying some glasses pretty soon. And in here I have $142, and I'm going to be adding $80 for this month. And then a newer category that I added last month is a miscellaneous category, and it's so funny because I had asked you guys what it was that you spend with your miscellaneous cash envelope, whether it be just with you at all times or as a sinking fund. And you guys gave me a lot of ideas actually, and I think I'm going to cover things like, I know we want to get a rice cooker, so I think I'm going to cover that with my miscellaneous sinking fund envelope. So far I have $50 in here. So things for like the apartment, because we are missing a couple of things, but I don't want to put everything as part of the moving out budget because I feel like we've already been spending quite a bit. So for this month I'm gonna add $50, and that should cover that rice cooker that we want to buy. So that is that. And then my last sinking fund is my Peru trip fund. And for this, I've been saving it since the very beginning of the year, and so far I have $1,200. And I mentioned this last month, but I'm no longer going to be stuffing this envelope up until I at least know when I'll be going to Peru, because I feel like that is already a lot of money, and I might need, let's say, like maybe 100 or 200 more, but I would rather it be closer to the time that I'll be flying to Peru, so that way I can allocate that money to other sinking funds that might need it prior to that. So I do have that, and so far I want to make sure to let you know which ones I have in my Ally account. So I have my Peru trip in there because there's just no way I'm going to be just having $1,200 with me at all times here, as well as my Christmas sinking fund into there as well, just because once I, you know, combine what I was supposed to stuff, I would have $900, and I do think that is a lot of money. And I have also put my car payment in there. So I have 3 of these sinking funds in my Ally online banking account, and so I won't be stuffing those here today, but just wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people, when I started having cash envelopes for my sinking funds, were asking me what I was going to do once I hit that $1,000 mark for them, and that's kind of what I decided to do. That way I, you know, earn some interest as well as it's safe and not here in my apartment. So now that I have everything here, I'm going to quickly add it up. So for beginning, we have 63, 65, 142, 50, and 1,200. In total, I have saved $3,048 in all of my sinking funds. And for this month, I'm going to just go ahead and add it for you guys here, but I'm not going to put it here just yet. 50, 150, 75, 75, 40, 80, and 50, and that is the $699 that I have in my sinking funds category in my monthly budget. So everything adds up. And now, before I stuff my sinking funds, I'm going to set up the transaction log, which I like to have right next to my sinking funds. And this one, of course, is only specifically for anything coming in or out of any one of my sinking fund cash envelopes. So let me now take this thick washi up top. I think I might end up using the paint strokes for my weekly check-in, just so that everything is not with this print. Although I love it, but I think both of them would look good mixed together. So, okay, let's put my transaction log there, the header, which has some space for you to put which fund you're taking money out of, the date, the amount, and the description. And I'm gonna make some lines and come back to stuff my sinking funds cash envelopes with you all. All right, so I've made my lines. I never usually use up all this space, but I mean, I'm glad that I have it. And these are my sinking funds, so let me put this on this side, get all my cash out, and start stuffing my envelopes for you guys. So let me do, I actually don't have many 100s because the 100s that I would stuff would go towards like car insurance, Christmas, and my Peru trip. So I'm starting to see like lower bills, which is I think good. You know, I don't want to have too much cash on me at all times. I don't think that's safe, at least. So let's see. Okay, so we have 100, 50, 20, 10s. We have some 5s and some 1s. So now let me bring out my little binder here, which I will leave a link for this down below. I believe I got it off of Amazon. It says it's an A6 size, but to be honest, I think this is more of a personal size because I've had personal planners before and I've mentioned this in the past. But yeah, so I have here all the cash envelopes that I will be stuffing for today. So we have adventures, birthdays, card maintenance, card tags, clothing, date night, entertainment, medical, miscellaneous, and I do have an allowance one, but that you guys will see probably in my August budget results. So, okay, let's get to stuffing. Let me open this up, and I think I am going to count what how much money I have inside of my envelope. All right, so first up is adventures, and for adventures I'm going to be adding $24, which I think should be pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so 24. And let me count this up. So we have 50, 100, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So 130 for adventures. There we go. Next is allowance, but we're not stuffing that. We have birthdays. For birthdays, I will be stuffing $130. So now I guess I can go ahead and move this up. Okay, so we have this. So we have 130 for birthdays, and we had 71 in here. So now we have 150, 170, 190, 201. That's so funny. So that is for birthdays in here. Next is cart maintenance. Cart maintenance is going to get $25. So let's get a 20 and a 5. And so now we have 120, 40, 60, 5, 70, and 75. So 175 in cart maintenance. Next is car tags. This I'm going to be adding $50 to the 30 I already have. So we have now 80, or at least so far. $80 in here. Clothing. For clothing, I'm going to be stuffing this with $75. So 50, 75. And so far I have $23. So now I have 50, 70, 95, 96, 97, and $98 in here. I should have stuffed $2 more in here just so that I had 100, but that's okay. And then we have date night. I'm also going to be stuffing this with $75, and maybe I'll do 20s. So stuffing 75, 20, 40, 60, 70, and 5. And so far I had 63. So now we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 135, 136, 137, 138. So 138 for date night. Entertainment is gonna get $40. So now it has 50, 70, 90, 100, and 5. I'm hoping to do something fun so that I can use this money, but if not, I'll always roll it over to the next month. Then for medical, that is going to be getting 80. So let's do 70, 80, so 50, 70, 80. And I already had 142 in here. Go. So this now has 150, 70, 190, 210, 220, and 222. Which is, I think, a good amount for me to buy some glasses or have any maybe dental work done. And then last but not least is miscellaneous, because we're not going to be stuffing my Peru trip, and that is going to be getting the last $50 that I have here, and I already had 50 from last time, so I definitely will be getting my rice cooker now. Perfect. And that is a new cash envelope that I made for myself. And just like that, all of my sinking funds are now stuffed and ready to go. Now I'm going to put this with the rest of my things up there, but that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you have any questions or anything, please don't forget to comment down below, as well as give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Stay tuned for the next video, which should be my cash envelope stuffing one for the month, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on that one. Bye guys!